approaching our campsite. This green pollen is everywhere. Ted is super excited, as you can see. Big one next to me. Doggies. Big old puppy. I hope his compressor doesn't run all night. We're here. Okay, guys. Here's my site. All I gotta do is back in, and then we're setting up camp. Okay, we made it to our destination. I don't disclose where I'm camping at until I depart from the campground that I'm at for safety reasons. I'm sure you guys understand. I'm a solo camper, so I have to always be cautious and on the side of caution. But anyway, guys, it's a beautiful day. I made it here safely. It's probably about 1:30. I got here a little early. They left me check in early. Most campsites will let you check in a little early if you're running, you know, a little bit early. So my check-in time was 1 o'clock, but I got here at 12:30, and they were perfectly cool with letting me come in. I set up my Alvantor tent here, and I'll give you guys a tour of the campsite a little bit later. It only took me a minute because, like I said, I didn't put my toilet tent up. I'm going to have that in the van, and that saves me having to set that tent up. All I have is my Alvantor tent. It's 4 easy stakes. It pops right up. Put my table in. As you can see, I got the Instant Pot out. I have it plugged directly into the electrical here at the campsite because that way I can save on my Jackery. And I can always plug my Jackery in anytime because, like I said, it is electric at this campsite. I also have water at this campsite. I filled my Berkey up already with water from my water tanks, and that's going to soon be dripped down pretty good. Yeah. So the ingredients that we're going to do tonight for our meal when I make it is I'm going to use what's called jasmine minute rice, okay? So the cool thing about this is instead of taking 3 minutes for this recipe, it's only going to take 1 minute because it's 1 minute rice. If you were going to do a white rice that was regular white rice without it being minute rice, it would be a 3-minute recipe with a 10-minute natural pressure release, which is what I'm going to use on this recipe. So if you know anything about Instant Pots, those are your options. You can either use a pressure release where you automatically release the pressure or a natural pressure release, which is what I'm going to use for this recipe. This recipe is going to have some canned red beans. You could use dry beans, but then you have to increase your cooking time, and then you're going to use more power if you are using solar. This is a green chili that I'm going to use 1 can. Now keep in mind, guys, I'm doing a 3-quart Instant Pot. If this was a 6-quart, you could double the recipe. Hey, it's just me, guys. I don't eat that much. So the minute rice is 1 cup of minute rice, 1 cup of chicken broth. I'm going to use this whole can of beans with the juice because this has flavoring in the juice. It has olive oil, tomato, and garlic. I'm going to use my green chilies. I'm going to cut up some onion. I'm going to cut up some pepper. I'm going to, make it a little bit more interesting. And I'm going to add some garlic powder, and I'm going to add some cumin, and of course salt and pepper. And that's what's for supper, guys. So when I get ready to make that, I'll tune you guys in. Teddy's all set up here. He's down here. I don't know if you can see him. Teddy, come here. He's down here on the ground. Let me get him. Here he is. Say hi. He tried to escape out of the van. He tried to escape. Mommy. Be a good boy, Ted. Okay, guys. Just wanted to real quick shoot my campsite for everybody. You can see I backed in there pretty level. I got my Alvantor tent set up, my dining canopy, and you can see the Instant Pots in there because that's what I'm using tonight. Look at this big rig beside me. I'm like this small potatoes. But look here, I don't have anybody over here. And there's the water right there. So I think I have the best spot. And then there's like a bench. I don't know if you can see the bench down there by the water. And this is just a walking path, but nobody ever goes here. So it's very quiet and private. Ted likes it. And over here, you can see pretty much have green stuff all over my car. I just washed it yesterday and it's already covered. So you can see I have my Berkey set up. My Instant Pot's ready for dinner. We're gonna start cooking around 5:30. And I got the screens in the windows here. I do not have my lights on right now, so it's kind of dark in here. I'll do a video with the lights on later. You can see this is our everyday mode. Ted likes to lay there. I like to read. I have a book. I took my air fryer and put it on the other side so that I could put my basket here, so I could have my like catch-all basket, which I love having this basket here. It's my donut, you know, that I put my phone on, my drink, my glasses. I still have my little clock here and my coffee pot. But yeah, I moved that over with the Instant Pot where I was keeping that at because I hardly ever use it. I might use it once a day. Well, I don't need to have that right out here, but this basket I use for storage. It's awesome catch-all. You don't lose anything because you just throw it in the basket. You're looking for something, look in the basket. I strongly suggest you get a basket at your front entry of your van. It really does help. And of course I have my rug here, which helps with this dirt from going in. And I have a little brush that I brush off the needles with, but I moved all my space bags except for my jammy bag over into the Alvantor tent. You can see it over there in the corner. And the reason I do that, it just frees up more space in here. I leave the food inside the van, and that's right there because of the bears and stuff. I don't want to attract any wild animals. I don't even know if there are any bears around here. Well, I ain't taking any chances, y'all. So yeah, man, pretty soon the lights are gonna be on. Ruby's gonna be jamming, partying it up in here. Yeah, right. But I'm having a great time, guys. I really needed this. Thank you so much for coming with me today. And we'll be here till Thursday. I go home Friday. So 4 nights of peace and relaxation. The weather is supposed to be awesome. So thanks for coming with me, and we're going to be cooking soon, guys. So I hope you got an appetite. Stir it up. See you soon. Okay, we're back. All right, we're cooking with Ruby. Yeah. What we're doing right now is we're sauteing the peppers and the onions, which smells amazing at the campsite here. Oh, I need smell-o-vision so bad to do videos. So what you're going to do is you're going to saute your onions and your peppers. And then you're just going to layer your rice and all your different ingredients on top of that. But first you want to get these a little soft because they only cook, you know, the recipe only cooks for 1 minute with a 10-minute natural pressure release. So it's basically an 11-minute recipe. So you want to get these soft and translucent. And I use some olive oil, which is what I always use because it's healthy. I'm going to saute these for about 10 minutes. I'm going to get Ted. I'm going to get the biscuits. Yum, yum. Yum, yum, teddy bear. I'm going to get the biscuits. start measuring my rice. I need to measure 1 cup of rice. It's about a cup. And then we're going to do some chicken broth. Here. So we got a cup of rice, and this is a minute jasmine rice. So that's why the recipe literally takes 1 minute. And then you have a 14-minute pressure release, a natural pressure release. Or 10 minutes, I'm sorry, 10 minutes. Okay, so they're looking pretty good. Now we're going to get our spices out here. We're going to hit this with some salt. And I'm going to use a sea salt. I'm going to hit it with some black pepper. And it's okay to saute it, you know, to put the spices in with the vegetables. And garlic powder, because we have garlic, but I didn't want to cut any up, so I'm just going to use some garlic powder. And you just mix all that together in the pan. So now, I'm going to add the rice. Do a cup of chicken broth. That's how much is in there, little free hand. Cup of that. A can of the green chilies. Dump the whole can in. Now if you were using a 6-quart Instant Pot, you would double this recipe. Okay, now you got your beans. These are the small red beans. And I'm going to leave the bean juice in the recipe. Okay. And now we're going to use a little bit of cumin. And I'm going to use about, I can't even tell what a teaspoon is on here. I think that's a teaspoon there. I'm going to use a teaspoon of cumin. Because it's a nice, I like it. And then you just stir this around. Make sure you're not over the fill line, which with a 3-quart, you don't want to go above 2/3 of a cup. And I'm only at a half, so I'm good. Stir that real good. Okay, so now we're gonna go and put the lid on. We're gonna make sure we're on seal. We don't want to be on venting. We want to be on seal. So we have to line this up. Never figure out how to do this. Now we're going to go to pressure cook. And we're going to high. And we're going to 1 minute. Just 1 minute. So now what it's going to do, it's going to build up to pressure. Now it's going to cook to 1 minute. And then it'll be done. And then you'll see my beans and rice and some of the spices I added, and we'll have a taste together, okay? Be back in a few minutes. Welcome back. We just so happen to have our pressure cooker finished. It says L000, which means it's finished. And it's doing a natural release. There's still some pressure in there, so I think I'm just gonna let it do its thing for a little bit here. And while we do that, we can have a little coffee chat or a tea chat or whatever you want to do. Tell you about my day today. Actually had a really good day. Yeah, got a lot done. Packed for this trip, which was huge because I had to get up early and do that. But yeah, it's doing a natural release right now. It's counting up 1 minute. That tells you it's been on a natural release for 1 minute. And you can let it go for as long as you want. But I think I'm done. I think it's done. I think they're probably done. Yeah, there's no steam left in there. Let's check them. I just have to see them. They sound wonderful. Ooh, we got rice. Put this down here. Out of the way. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got a little burn on the bottom. Just a little bit. Not much. Probably should not have done the saute. But they look amazing. Let's scoop some out. Look at that. I'm gonna be a pig. I'm gonna eat a bunch. Because I'm really hungry. But look at them. Don't they look amazing? You can see the green chilies in there and the beans. And like I said, this was the minute rice. So, looks amazing. And it's gonna be nuclear hot. So we're gonna spice it up a little bit. We're gonna add some crushed red pepper, because I like my stuff spicy. A little more salt, because rice absorbs salt. So you want to do a lot of salt. Pepper. And I'll decide if I want a spoon or a fork. Oh, and you know what else we're going to do? We're going to put a little Parmesan cheese on top. Give it a little bit of cheesy nuttiness. Yeah, Parmesan is my favorite cheese because it's real nutty flavored. We're going to put some grated cheese on top of there. Now we're going to dig in. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Beans and rice in the Instant Pot while you're camping. Yeah, we had to do it. My nose keeps running because I think it's going to be pretty spicy. I don't know. It looks very hot though, I can tell you that. Might want to blow it. Uh-huh. It's amazing. It's hard to believe you're camping. These flavors are so amazing. The garlic, the chilies, the cumin, so warm. Cumin warms your gut. You know, it's kind of a cool evening tonight. So it's warming up my gut a little bit. Needs a little touch of lemon or lime. I do have lemon, but the lime would be really good. An avocado on top. Would be tasty. Oh, that's right, I had sour cream. Okay, we got some sour cream. I forgot I brought this for this recipe, but I did. So we're gonna take a scoop of this, not a big scoop. Now the Hondurans use sour cream and heavy cream. and I forget, cilantro, I think they put in with it, and they make a special crema. Oh, that's wonderful. And it cools it down a little bit. There you go. You like it? So guys, that's dinner with Ruby tonight. We had rice and beans, a cup of tea before we had our beans, and now we're gonna have another cup of tea, and then we'll do dishes. What I do is I keep this handy collapsible bucket in the room with me here. So when we're done, I'm gonna need that spoon again. So I might just keep that. So that way when I go wash the dishes, I have everything in a bucket. And if I'm at a dishwashing station, I just take this whole bucket up to the dishwashing station. And I do the dishes. So hey everybody, we had our dinner, did our dishes, and now we're having a cup of tea. Time for a tea chat. We're making my dandelion chai, which is my favorite. So thanks a lot guys for tuning in, and we'll get together again tomorrow. My son's coming to hang out with me on Wednesday. And I don't think I'm going to have a fire tonight because I'm really, really tired. But tomorrow night or Wednesday night, maybe both, I may have a fire because I have a lot of logs that I have to burn. So we'll probably do one. Wednesday night it's going to get really cold. So I know I'm doing one Wednesday. It's going to get down to 39. So thanks for tuning in, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow for more adventures with Royal Ruby and Ted.